Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here. We're back on IronStrike. We've got 5 bags of 200 gems to give away. What do those gems do? They unlock the livery. We want that. We want that very much. I'm potentially hoping on getting some of the winners from last week to come in now that we've used nefarious techniques to get them leveled up nice and quick and get them all the drip that they wanted, which they will then be modeling for us. No, I couldn't find any catwalk music that wouldn't get demonetized or copyright struck, so I haven't gone that far, but soon we shall do that. So, whilst I am deciding what we're going out with, spoilers, it's going to be the Nuggy Nutter, you guys can put some gems in the chat for your chance to win 200 gems. So that's the gem emoji. Pop it into the chat now. That's how you enter. That's how we do it whilst we're here. And as long as you put a gem in, you will be entered into the draw. And providing you are in the draw, you have the chance to win. And yeah, there we go. Hello, Octopulse. This game is indeed on MetaQuest. This one is also free to play. That is one of the most important parts about it. So, a free to play game, and I will tell you now, you do not need to purchase the meta currency in this game to enjoy it. I have definitely come across games where you need the meta currency to either win or actually make any headway. This game is not like that. Now, let's see if we can get some... We'll get a little bit of fortitude. See if I want sturdy on enhanced, ideally. Ooh, that's not bad. So, what I will do, because Kim pointed out the other day, so I'm going to take toughness 1 enhanced. This increases my max HP by 750. I'll explain why that's a good idea when you have revives later on. And we will also go for a little tactiques. And in an IronStrike, it's 55 chance to spawn another IronStrike on a different enemy nearby. I don't rate this one, especially in single player, because a lot of the time you find yourself in single engagements and the others stand off. You don't often find yourself with multiple opponents, which doesn't make this that great. Looming Death isn't bad, but you should be gaining your focus from heavy blocks and strikes. I don't know what we took. Fuck, I was talking too long. Fuck. So, we got something there. I don't know what it was. It was probably Looming Death, but I never take Looming Death. So, remember as well, there are normal versions and enhanced versions of everything. Right, let's get some of the old nuggies going. But yeah, completely free to play game. You do not need the currency of the game. The one game, if you know of it, that I would liken this to, and it's because of quite a few of the mechanics in it, it isn't the same as, obviously, but I believe it may draw at least a little inspiration from Until You Fall. For those of you who have Until You Fall or have been on the channel for a while, you'll know that Until You Fall was one of my favorite games for a very long time and one of my favorite workout games still. It's not being supported anymore is, I suppose, part of the problem. The reason why I liken it to something like that, similar kind of movement system and similar kind of combat system, in that you dash into the enemy and then it kind of locks you in place. I mean, it's quite a stretch to say, oh yeah, Until You Fall. Oh, IronStrike copied that, didn't it? But what I'm driving at here is, if you like Until You Fall, you'll be very familiar with at least the hand-to-hand combat of this game. It depends on how you play it, Octo. You can make the game hard for yourself. You can also make the game easy for yourself. What were we thinking that I got given bounce around, so it always takes the bottom one then. Really should shut up sometimes, shouldn't I? Coup de grace, I think, is a bit OP, so let's take that. Coup de grace, instantly kill an enemy that is below 20% of their max health. That means that all that shooting flame, that's denoting that your next hit should, providing you hit at the right strength and at one of the flaming points, will be a critical, not a critical hit, a death strike. And what coup de grace does is it gives us a bigger threshold for that. So I think usually when an enemy gets down to about between 5 and 10%, that all comes up. Now it's 20, and then it goes up to 35, and then it goes as high as 50. I can't remember getting the enhanced version, but I'd imagine that goes up to something silly like 75, which is just... So what it'll mean ultimately for us is less fighting. You'll see that I am trying to smash my opponent's weapons. It's that generates the critical hit points that are referred to as iron strikes. If I turn the HUD back on so you can see what's going on here, you will see a blue bar. When that blue bar gets to tops, it generates an iron strike. I have a special little build, courtesy of the dev, and he said that I was fine to show it off, but this little build allows me to remove all of the UI, which, from video making point of view, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm keen to do so once I've got some of the old other editing work out the way. Oh, you're kicking my ass. You're really kicking my ass. There we go. We're not doing too bad. So we might want to push. We could do a pushing into some might, really. And probably some more defensive powers. Counter-strike. Every time you block, you add a bonus of 15 damage to your next attack up to 3 times. I like this. Nah, mate, I'm not Australian. No, I am incredibly British. If you can't tell by my outrageous accent. So the other thing to note with IronStrike, because these are the things, this is what makes this game actually quite difficult, because you can't redo the tutorial at the moment. Anyway, I'm hoping he's going to change that, which then means that any terms that you've forgotten in the game makes it very difficult to know what is what. Like, what is a cantrip if you didn't know? What is arcanum? What is even iron strikes? And without the ability to go back to the tutorial, you can't find these things out. The other kind of weapons that are in the game as well will bring the information up whilst you're in combat, and it's like, dude, I'm trying to hit things here. Don't give me this information now. The game needs the ability to revisit the original tutorial, and then maybe a space to practice the tutorial on, well, definitely magic. But yeah, iron strikes are the little flame spurts, and when you get the bar up to the top, it generates one. The other thing to note, dependent on the weapon, it will say 2 things. It will say the iron strike regen rate, and then it will say a times number next to it. And the regen rate is how fast it goes up, A, naturally, and I believe B, in a multiplier with other things like hits and such. And then on top of that, the times number next to it is the number of iron strikes that are generated when that bar gets to full. So for instance, the Nuggy Nutter, I believe, is 2 times. Anyway, right, give us that first bag of gems away, Von. Pick us a winner, whilst I try not to get my ass handed to me. We do need to be careful with our life here. I've been a little silly. The one thing that I will say about melee is good, but melee in comparison to the other classes starts out reasonably powerful, but doesn't scale as well, especially on the build that you go for, or rather it isn't as easy to scale it. Excuse me. Oh, windy pops with all this working out. Yup. Oh, yeah. Oh, stop delaying your strike. I've played players like you on Chivalry. Hell, I was one. Let's see if we can get some health back, shall we? Metal might be worth going for, but I'd rather find Invictus so I can get some health back. No. Pre-roll for an enhanced, it's the normal version. So Invictus, you are healed with an extra 75 hit points at the start of every encounter. So that means that taking it during this time, when we start the next encounter, we'll get that heal. You also get a heal based on your stamina after you have finished a checkpoint. Hello, well done, Fee. Excellent work. Hello, Fee. Well done, Fee. You'll be able to join us now. With the dungeon trip, we'll have to see about getting you leveled up soon. Right. So now we'll heal by 75 when we go into this, and then we'll heal by another 150 afterwards. So let's not get our asses kicked here, everybody. So there you go, 75. One of the things that I was saying, why have I gone for an increased health pool when, well, it's not a great one to take unless you're taking a lot of damage. It does heal you by... Yeah, it does heal you by the amount that it increases your health bar by. Oh, you went straight through my block, you prick. The one thing that I would say is, although it does raise... It does raise your Iron Strike, it doesn't do much in the ways of damage. Each of these hits are doing like between 2 and nothing. So... going after the Iron Strikes exclusively and making sure you hit them, ow, with enough ging is the way that you can, well, kind of conserve stamina. And also make sure you're not getting hit as much. Was that for 300? You prick! That's what we get for not going with defensive measures, but we have got a bit of difficulty on here. So again, for those of you who haven't seen or played, see that Iron Strike regen fast, Iron Strike damage 1 times 70. So it's that number is how many Iron Strikes sprout out. We went mace. let's continue on our Nuggy Nutter dreams. But yeah, this is the other thing I will say is this is just one element of the game. You've also got archery. You've also got spellcasting in Mage format. And I mean, what is it my favorite game in VR? It's close. I mean, I like the price on it for anybody who wants to get involved. Whether a game is good or not for me, a lot of that for me personally is down to the value proposition. How much am I paying to how much fun I'm gonna get, and how long will that fun last? I can excuse games for a lot of things if they are cheap and good. What I can't excuse is expensive and shit. And again, you usually have those two extremes. Expensive and rubbish, cheap but good. Again, you go out there and you go looking for those games and you will find them. The price for me is a big factor. If you have a already good game that was at a reasonable price and then slap on free, well, what can I say? So now we're doing a little bit more damage with this. We'll try and get the old twirly whirly involved a little bit, but we are bladed here, so that's not really the way to play. Really feeling that additional damage. Note how, I mean, I'm trying to. It's not working very well. But note how as well, by clashing weapons with them, it unloads their weapon, which then means that when they swing it at you, you don't take any damage. I mean, I'm not doing a very good job of that at the moment. What I am hoping to show off, though, by wasting my first life, that's right, it's all part of the plan. What I'm hoping to show and wasting my first life is I didn't rate having a higher health bar on this until I kind of realized, well, yeah, you then come back with a lot more life at the end, whenever you respawn. What is my... to be honest with you, I do get asked it a fair amount, and I should really think of the answer. In VR, I obviously change. One that has been the two that have been at the forefront for me for a long time have been Indoth Unchained and Dungeons of Eternity. But again, this one's only just come out, so we need stuff like this. So Sturdy, I rate, and if we can get it enhanced, happy days. After the first 20 damage of each hit, all incoming damage is reduced by 60. So we then get a damage shield. When we get hit, further hits will take less damage by percentage. So after that first hit, and you know, I'd love to say, and I'm not even trying yet, chap, but that's not true. This is going terribly. I'll just hide that, and then we won't know, will we? We won't know. We just won't know. Doing great. Like I'm almost at full health. I am. But I will try and keep the bars up. Although I do prefer playing without. This is what I get for skipping my morning workout. I didn't play this as my workout game this morning. I would personally hold fire with Indoth Unchained at the moment, because I don't know what their plans are. And I can't say anything about that, because I don't know for certain, and I also haven't been told anything by anybody about anything. So, with that amount of crypticness out of the way, hold fire. It is a good game. You don't want to be paying anything more than half price for it. It is an old game now. Come on. Ah. I was, again, well, we won't make this one an IDU stream. I'll try and think of something to stream on Saturday where, yeah, I mean, anything that I throw on stream on Saturday. It is a very good archery game. This has got archery in it, though, and the archery is good. See if we can output that damage. Now, how many strikes are we generating? We're generating 1. So what I've started going for now is the weapons, or are we generating 2? I can't remember. The weapons that are generating multiple strikes, I find that they're a good one to go with deliberate strike. What deliberate strike does is it changes the iron strikes from their normal orange to a red after 4 seconds, doing additional damage. No, I think they're just Easter eggs. I've tried lots of things with them. I've tried stabbing them. I've tried prying them off of the rock. I've been up the top there and tried to push them over with my feet. I fired fireballs at them. I've lightninged them. I've levitated around them. I've turned my back on them and then quickly gone back here to see if they do anything whilst my back is turned. But no, I think they're just cosmetic little Easter eggs. They're not on every level from what I can gather, and each one is related to a god. My theory is that there will be a cipher somewhere to allow you to decrypt this, and then upon decryption, you'll probably see, like, I don't know, the dev's favorite Chinese order, or maybe, you know, his itemized last laundry bill, something along those lines. I hope so. I hope someone deciphers it. The thing is, the one thing I will say is Vega's never one to shy from a challenge, and he's taken a photo of it to try and see what he can start doing. So, yeah, let's just hope it's that laundry list. So they're not on every level. I haven't found them on the 2 new levels, the caves and the snowy level. I can't remember the names of them. I'll just give you a description. Just a description. Yeah, the thing is, there's enough repeats, if I had the time, and, let's face it, the inclination. How often am I bothered about story? If I had the inclination and time to do it, there is enough reoccurring symbols that you would or should be able to start identifying words based on doubles. So I'll try and make a point of showing you where they are. We didn't find... There was one that I thought definitely had one, and we were looking for it the other day and didn't find it. But there's that one there, the one that has all the gumdrop crystal trees. That one is right at the end, just before the last checkpoint over a hill. And there's definitely one in Elmdire, and then there should be another 3. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'll remember when we get there. I'll remember when we get there. Right, fight! I've waffled long enough to recover. Get my breath back. We do need to be clever and careful with our health. That means no hits. Now, I've gone for quick strike. And the reason being is I find when I'm using something that only brings 1 iron strike up at a time, I can be fast. When you are taking on enemies that have multiple, it is difficult to be fast. Ow. Yup. So that one was normal colour. No, how? That one is red. Oh, we missed it. Bugger. That one was red, and that's because I've taken quick strike. What quick strike is if I can hit the critical strikes or iron strikes early enough, we do bonus damage. Because there's only 1 at a time with this weapon, for me, it makes sense, oh crap, to play into that. And it also looks like it plays into... Oh, I didn't consider that. It looks like that's also playing into... Words, what? Coup de grace. Oh. Heavy blocks, we are pushing into that. 75% extra focus. Or more coup de grace. It's one of the things that I was chatting with various people about. Everybody loves collectibles, and these environments are big enough. I don't think the game would benefit from every level having collectibles that you have to get every time that maybe replenish life or give you bonus focus when you start or anything, because it's a big environment and you've got the compulsion to go and find them all the time. One-time Easter eggs would be quite cool. The game, hello King, welcome to the stream. Yes, the single player of this is rough, but remember that this is a roguelike, and this is one of the nastier roguelikes in that the game is not designed. Most roguelikes are not designed to be completed on your first 1, 3, 5, 10, 100 runs. It's only when you've done enough runs to build up the currency to then unlock the meta progression to make you more powerful is when the game can be completed. For instance, in Death Unchained, when I first started that and had no knowledge of that game, hell, this, when I first started it and had no knowledge of the game and no meta progression, it's an uphill battle. But then you learn, you start becoming familiar with the systems and slowly powering up your character. So if you're going out there dying, going out there dying, going out there getting a little bit further dying, and so on, that is the cycle of roguelikes, and it's one of my favorites. One of the things that I like is that, for instance, I could now return myself to nothing. No advantages, no disadvantages, play the game as if I'd just started it, and, do I say it? Do I say it, chat? I am confident. And I can't do it with a two-handed weapon. I was going to point. I am confident that I should be able to complete the game from the very start without any of the meta progression and any of the challenges on, as you would have it at the start of the game. And why is that? Because I'm amazing at this game? No, it is not because I am amazing at this game, but it just comes with knowledge, a lot of it. That's why these games kind of suit me, because I don't need to be very skillful. Oh, you shit. Oh, these dodgy ones are a problem. I mean, yeah, but then you run out of things that you can have. I mean, the one thing that I will say is the dev has expressed... Yeah, this is where our quick strike doesn't come into its own. The dev has expressed interest on doing an endless mode, and done well, I think it could work. No. No, because get good would imply that you have to muscle memory or neuron memory everything. I would say in this game, knowledge of the correct things to take at the correct times trumps skill. Those are my favourite games. I'm not particularly skillful. Ah, this quick strike's really going against us with this guy. But this is the way that I've found to handle this guy in and out. If I try and sit there and melee with him, a lot of the time he'll just dump fireballs in my face, and we don't like that. And I am trying not to get hit. I'm trying really hard not to get hit, but we are whittling him down. We're getting there. God, it's only 400% difficult. Oh, fuck off! Ow. Oh, look how much that hurt! What a prick. Let's just get some iron strikes on him. Get out from under there. Oh, yeah. No, I will not go quietly into the night. See if we can not die. So note how I've come back with 1,125 as opposed to the normal 750, which then just basically gives us longevity. So like this is a good example. Now if I was playing as the mage, things, thanks Doc, if I was playing as the mage, things would be very different. Here. Melee's something that I only really play for the exercise. Ooh. No, you're not wrong. I do like the look of that Cambo, but I have found that heavy weapons do not suit my style of play. Although, give me a fucking shit-hot massive shield. It's a shame there's not collision in this game, but just so you can do the classic Spartan. But yeah, so hang on, half an hour. Yeah, cool. Let's do another gem giveaway, shall we? So if you would like to win a 200 bag, a 2-bag of green gems, which are the currency so that you can exchange them for cosmetics. Gems in the chat to be entered in the draw. But yeah, I do like picking this one. This one is one that you don't find very often. I also, in this one, prefer how he's done the shield. A lot of the shields in this, you kind of hold a handle and have the shield in front of you, whereas this one feels like it's orientated correctly. I know why he's done that, having played around with this weapon. Look at the size of that spear, man. I know why he's done that with this weapon, and I think it's because... Hello, Robert. No. We're not in a game yet, so... And I might be playing with chat later on. We'll see how things go. I am going to be giving priority to last week's winners for the simple reason that I want them to show off what they've bought with what they got from the last stream. So, but if I can't get enough in, yes, shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, this shield, so note how there are a lot of clipping issues in these kind of games, and if all shields were like this, you would end up with clipping through the shield, whereas with this shield it's got this massive frontal whatever that is, and so of course it occludes any of the clipping through the shield so that you feel cool. And I mean that's like half the battle in this game. And look at the intricacy. It looks so good. Anyway, right, stop playing around with your spear. So now this is also very fast for a one-hander. It's as fast as our Nuggy Nutter, but we now also have defense. And sorry everybody, but the shield will be held high in Spartan fashion. Fuck protecting the guy next to me. And what the shield allows us to do is we can be a little bit more offensive, believe it or not. Fuck off. It allows us to be a little bit more offensive. Part of the reason why I've gone for this is I know it's powerful, and it's also one of the rarer ones that you don't see all the time. Yeah. But unfortunately for us, it's got two quick strike, not two quick strikes, two iron strikes on it, which doesn't make it ideal for quick strike, because I have to be very fast with getting my hits, and it's all well and good, as I've found with iron strikes, it's all well and good trying to rattle them off real fast, But if you're not putting follow through and power into the strikes, you won't be doing as much damage as if you do. Let's go for it. Ooh, heavy block. I believe the shield, if I remember rightly from the tutorial, again, I need to re-watch it, but for anybody who is interested and wants to see the tutorial played through so that you can do what I did and listen again and press pause for when the various things comes up that you need to see. Poised Anubis has got a video. I commanded him to make sure he recorded the tutorial. I believe Rico at 60 now, not 50, no, Rico at 50 is dead. Rico at 60 has, I think, done the same. So although we can't replay the tutorial of this game, you can go on and watch it. I'd love to have recorded the tutorial, but I'll replay it and I'm not resetting my progress. No! So I might ask. I'm sure that if we ask enough, the dev will do it. But there's not that much to understand, you know. Nothing that a few, hey there, Silver Tongue Devil doing tips in 30 ticks won't sort out. Oh, definitely, yeah, I've been told a few of you are coming to join us from this newfangled IST gang. I am looking forward to doing some IST at some point in the future, because I still have not had a look at this disastrously difficult new mission. But I'm being told it's disastrously difficult depending on who you ask. Our own Lurker Grizzin will be like, no, I could do level 5 by myself. What are you talking about, mate? That's what I wanted to experiment with. Let's experiment. So if I'm not... Yeah, that's going up. Hey. Yeah, that's going up naturally because I'm close to him. I don't... Because it does say... So for intensive purposes of a block... For... actually blocking a two-handed melee weapon, the shields in this game count as a heavy block. But for purposes of... Let me just beat this guy, begging! Stop it! I'm trying to recover health, you fuck! So, what's our... Ooh. Toughness. No, it does. I'll explain that in a minute as well, but remind me about that and I'll tell you. So, or, I assume it does. It didn't seem to be shrinking much, did it? So maybe it doesn't, and it's got one hell of coverage. So, the way that shields work in this game, if an enemy comes at you and hits you with a double-handed strike, or hits you with one of the boss weapons, a lot of the bosses have weapons that count as a two-handed weapon, you can parry in this game, i.e. just put your weapon in the way of to deflect the blow, or parry. What this game has mechanic-wise is it has the heavy block mechanic, which is also technically, I suppose, a weighted parry, where you hit their weapon with your weapon. And in some circumstances, with some of the weapons, that is the only way that you can block them. One of the difficulty settings, which I don't like putting on, that is the only thing that you can do. You have to do a heavy block to block things. Now, heavy blocks have their own benefit to do so, twofold in fact. A heavy block will smash their weapon, which then means that they have to kind of have the weapon behind their back to reload it. Some are timed, but a lot of the time if you clash with them, their blade will go almost see-through, and then they can wave it around at you all they like, but they won't be able to hit you. So obviously that's an advantage. Through striking we are defending ourselves, so good defense is a not good offense. The other advantage is those same heavy blocks raise our focus faster than I believe anything else, and you can push into things that raise it even more, hence why I went for Counter Striker. As far as the shield is concerned, this blocks as if you have clashed. So a shield is something that can block two-handed weapons, boss weapons, and so on. That brings me nicely on to what Fee was saying, and yeah, when it gets cold outside, like a good gentleman, we shrink. I think that's all the explanation you're getting, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. We become a grower, not a shower. As we take hits, I don't know with this one. Let's see. Could you stop with that? I mean, I'm gonna take the licks. If you'd be so kind, thank you. So, yes. You can see the little glows occasionally, and it's getting cold outside, ladies and gents. I'm beginning to shrink. Ah, I have you now. Someone clip in the fucking Star Wars kid with the lightsaber. So, every hit doesn't look like projectiles do it. Let's see. No, projectiles do it too. I believe there are one or two shields potentially in the game that do not shrink on hit, but that's because they're already not showers. Perfect. What are we doing? And see, now because we've been going a while without taking hits for a bit, our regen is kind of kicking in, so that means that we can concentrate on tactics a little bit more. Riposte, heavy blocks gain 250% extra focus, yes please! Not Counter-Strike, riposte. So my heavy blocks, so where weapon strikes weapon, now generate 250% of the focus bar. Hello, Chris. Oh yeah, you should see me. You should see me when I've got the right weapon for it. So, hell, you should see Kim. She was doing it and singing. I do believe K2, one of her hidden skills is she did used to be a majorette. And before she spoils the story, I'll make one up. Yeah, she was the majorette for a tyre manufacturing company. Tires are us. Always tired. Always begin. I think they were some of the first words, if memory serves. Now, this guy we do need to be careful with because he will crunch our shield down very fast. So let's fuck. See if we can keep those. Oh, it's getting smaller. Hello, boys. Boys, get a gem in, mate. I'm gonna call the winner in a minute. But we are now kind of playing into our strength here. In that we are doing a lot of heavy blocks. Huh? Hey-yo! Good thrust, huh? We are now a grower. Not deliberate. Ooh. So, quick strike was good for the weapon that we had. Deliberate strike is now better. We do a lot and lot of heavy blocks, generating lots and lots of flame spurts, and then we go all in, bam, 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 to do a lot of damage. Emeralds don't save to the gallery. Interesting. To be honest with you, I very rarely do videos. I rarely record videos in the headset anymore. I use a combination of MetaQuest Developer Hub and OBS and record that way. It does mean going over to your computer, pressing the start button, and then coming back. Yes, I know, PCVR land, I could do that. Well, it's that headset, but it just works. So, and then yeah, you can just start. So, right, end it there for us, Von. End it there. I did like your comment earlier on that. Boy, is that having a chuckle. I'm a Dix, so I must be playing a Dixitopia or something of that. It's a DIY phrase. Just make up what he said. But yeah, and I think you were pronouncing it wrong as well. I mean, I think it's Dixitopia. Haha! So now we could do this. Note how he has got a great weapon or a heavy weapon. So his, we need to clash to block, which we want to be doing anyway. And note sometimes mine are actually going through. The shield will save us here. So now we've got... So I don't think deliberate strike and quick strike are a good combination by any stretch of the imagination, but that's what we got. We'll go for sturdy and start reducing damage. So first hit of 20 HP, we now take 80% less damage. We're at that point now where it's looking good, chat, unless I get absolutely scraped into the floor by the boss. Well done, Walmart. We'll be needing you in here at some point, Sue, then, in that case. Yeah, I did see. I was looking at that, and I was wondering if that's something the devs have left in for people that are wanting to test things. Seems like the sort of thing that I'd like to think that would be fixed. Normally, I would say we go all out for the healers at all times, but we're doing enough damage now. Note as well these green numbers. Green, good. White, standard. Yellow, bad. Or is it red? Can't remember. Can't remember the colours. I only ever see green. Purest green. Yeah, that is a good shout as well, Von's just said there. The way that we do things on the channel, if you are known in the Discord, it makes Von's job a lot easier. Or if you are at least in the Discord, oh god, the shield's getting very small! If you are known in the Discord, I'm going to retreat. So we'll back away and go from grower to shower, hopefully. Oh dear. On shield, ready. More. So that should replenish straight away. What's the health looking like? Not too bad. Let's see if we can push that last level of sturdy. So after the first 20 damage, each hit, all incoming damage is reduced by 95%. This alone at level 3 makes you pretty much invincible with a bit of a decent life bar, and then there's other things that you can get as well to make that even less. So yeah, you can very much do the tank role. I think it's kind of what Melee are designed to do, intercept and tank, whilst others put out the damage. But you can make builds that are very powerful in the damage category. Right, I'm gonna have a quick wet of water. And then yeah, if you are in the Discord but not known, if you are in the Discord but not known, then it's in the description. I'm sure nobody reads it though, so but do let us know what your hello Ken, do let us know in the chat what your Discord name is, and then in the YouTube chat, so that we can then make sure that the right person gets the code, because, you know, we can't send them via YouTube. That's not a thing. So, and anything to make Ron's job easier, please do it. She's the gem lady. Crazy gem lady. Right. Are we a shower now? Yep, we're a shower. Let's go. Yeah, didn't see that in 300, did ya? Hey. Right, let's be a little more clever with this guy and not rely on the shield too much. Looks like stock. What? Okay, okay. Oh, no one. Oh, I might have got the wrong link up. There is one on the channel page, which is one of the... I don't know why Discord do that. Why make it so by default, which is probably what I've done, why Discord links have an expiration. I mean, I know there's fringe case uses, but that shouldn't be the default, surely. That, do you remember that brilliant modelling idea that I said about, ooh, every time you block? Yeah, see? But as it grows, a little spiky bit from our glove will disappear. I mean, the thing is, you're pointing it in the direction of the enemy anyway, so, yeah. I prefer shields were done this way, but I understand why he has done things the way they are. So, we're stage 4. Doesn't this one... Is it this one? I can't remember. Let's go and have a look. Would have been easier to go and have a look. Did we save the desert realm earlier? It's either behind this... If it is this one, it's either behind the rock or all the way over there. I'm inclined to think that this one definitely does have one, if memory serves. And as we know from the channel, it often doesn't. Ah! So, that's the owl one. There you go. Took a picture there for you, Vega. Totally didn't take a picture. But yeah, it's all the 5... There's more than 5 levels. But, well, yeah, there's more than... Yeah, there's 5 gods and 6 of those statues. One is on Eraldire and then... Endrial, that's the word I was looking for. One's on Endrial, and then the others are scattered across the original levels. So, what do they do? We don't know. Can you collect them? Probably not. I'm not a fan of this guy. If I remember rightly, as he does damage... Right, we need to take care of you quickly. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I spent a little time. Right, he's got a nice amount. We just need to deal with this guy quickly. Now then. Now then. Now then. Also note the small staggers that you do to an enemy when you are hitting those critical strikes. Now, note how even though I'm not doing a massive amount, our IronStrike is going up incredibly quickly. Part of that is because it looks like the shield works in combination with the blocking perk. Funny that. Just quick strikes in, bash. Yeah, 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 yeah. Victory is mine. It's easy when you've got the meta progression, though. So yeah, that is what I would use for a workout in the morning. And it's it'll get you a sweat on, I'll tell you that. Happy days. Now, let's do something. Let's do something a little less intense. So we'll keep those two on. So we had 200% damage from enemy ranged attacks. So again, I'll explain why I put these on. For all the classes, enemy ranged attacks, the only time that plus 200% damage hurts you is when you've either got homing things coming in that you can't block or defend with your weapon. There are some bosses that do that, or if you're an archer. But basically, the way that I look at these challenges are, am I going to be put into that situation if my build is correct and powerful enough? Enemy ranged attacks deal plus 200% damage. I think this is an on for every class. And the reason being is the vast majority of the enemy ranged attacks, I mean... Right, hang on, let me just find a clearing a second. Okay, and we'll get rid of the bar for the full immersion, and I'll record as well. And if you can nail this tactic... I know, right? That was quite... Sorry, maybe I've done it too fast there. It was quite a complicated technique. I'll go again. Slower, though. If you can do that, if you can manage that, 200% goes on, because the vast majority of projectiles you can just literally sidestep out of the way of, or charge through, because when you charge, I don't think you're even considered invincible. I think you're considered like not even there, because you're just moved from one spot to another. It doesn't like count as a charge. You're literally on top of them. The other one as well, so sharpened blades, I put on to give myself a little bit of a challenge. That's why we were getting low on health and losing some lives. But as far as sharpened blades are concerned, yeah. See, the moment that had that, Kim, I was like, oh, new game. Try and get Kim smashed in the face by a projectile. Sharpened blades. Enemy melee attacks deal 100% damage. Now, that is a difficult one for your melee types, because enemies are doing multiple... 2 times the damage, and well, we're in melee with them, so that's probably going to be triggering. So not the greatest one for melee. With a mage, should you be being hit in melee? No, so it goes on to full. As an archer, should you be getting hit in melee? No, so it goes on to full. And then basically everything else is determined as to how good your meta progression is going, with things like sacrifice, and then how many of the starting skills you have for things like solid armor, thick skin, and worthy foe. And then the last one, no mercy. All blocks must be heavy blocks, and you're slowed when hit. All blocks must be heavy blocks. Well, if we're melee, that is a concern. Every strike, especially with the early weapons, everything you do to take the enemy's weapon off of them needs to be a heavy block, i.e. a clash. Now, you should be playing that way anyway, because that is the way to gain focus the best and put yourself at ease by making sure they can't hit you. However, all blocks must be heavy blocks. Well, we can't block as a magician, and we can't block as a archer, and you're slowed when you're hit. Again, when you are an archer or a mage, if your build is correct, should you be being hit? Cool. So we'll do some mage play. I'm going to pop No Mercy on because we shouldn't be getting hit. Put Sharpened Blades on. Put Deadly Projectiles on. That's already making a run 8 times more of the echo. There's probably some more we can get away with, but hey. swirly purple things. That's a good. Should we, can everybody call them swirly purple things? Because I can never remember. Like, I was, again, having this conversation probably last stream. Every dev, they have to come up with their own, don't they? You got echoes, and essence, and geodes, and animus. Can we all not have a key? Can we all not be singing off the same hymn sheet, please? But yeah, so you have echoes, geodes, essence, and animus. Echoes are for your meta progression. Geodes are for your... Yeah, I'll get to the animus in a minute. Geodes are for purchasing in combination with the green gems, which you have to buy or earn daily for your cosmetics. Purple swirly things, or essence, if we were... Well, yeah, sorry. Purple swirly things if we're talking scientific, or essence if we're talking in layman's terms. Essence, you earn one of those at the end of a run, or you can exchange various things from them. This allows you to unlock the end game content, so I don't want to spoil that. You will need at least 10. Speak to the statues for details. And then Animus is what you get from the end game content for beating things. Speak to the statues for details. I don't want to, because there is quite a lot of story in this game, but you know what, chat? It's my favourite fucking kind of story. I can engage with it as little or as much as I want to, and that for me is the mark of a good game. I want a game to be good, and I want that game to be highly replayable, and I want that game to make me want to keep on playing it over and over again and it not get boring. Story doesn't fit into that with me. I'm too old now. I've played too many games that have story in. But believe you me, if I can get invested in a game through gameplay, then I will make a point of going into the story. And, yeah, it's very good. Interesting. You know, I've said it before, like, if I want story, I'll go and read a book, or watch a television program, or maybe even a movie, or maybe go outside and pick an argument with somebody. From a game, am I a simple beast for saying that I just want gameplay? And then that segues nicely into why IronStrike is great, because it exudes gameplay. The only thing that the game can be guilty of is it is repetitive. But if you are interested in the grind and interested in that repetitiveness, and you find it action-packed, enjoyable and fulfilling, is it really a grind? Is it really repetitive then? Right. God, that's like a new kind of soapbox rant there, I think. I'll have to remember that one for a later time. But, oh, and the most important part of changing to, runs our in-game yes. Okay. Caught up, I think. Right, now, what's most important if we're going to play as a mage instead of a fighter? Because I was in my lovely... yeah, I come pre-installed with a neuralizer. You should know that by now, Dren. I am in my lovely lich armor. However, and I would be changing into my Diabolist robes if they didn't look a bit pathetic. K2 2025. So we now have... Ooh, it's that one. We're now in Battle Mage garb. Now, I've been told that my ass looks fine in this, but apparently my head is too small, so make of it what you will. I have stopped runs, realizing that I am in the wrong outfit. The correct weapon. Ask people that I play online with. The amount of times I've gone, oh, guys, we're going to have to stop. I've got my lich armor on, and I've got a wand in my hand. I've got to go back and get my Diabolist robes or my Battle Mage outfit on. So, now we've got the correct grip. It may sound silly, but it is important. It is very important. So now we're going to look at magic, and whilst I do a little magic tutorial, for those of you not familiar, we will do another gem giveaway. So if you would like to win another bag of 200 gems in the chat for your chance to win and be entered in the draw. Now, magic. Now, I'd like to think, so I did a little work with Rico at 60. He can play the game, he knows what he's doing, but I think the magic was quite frustrating to him because you don't really get a good tutorial with it other than when you're in fucking battle. And I mean, I found it quite intuitive, but I don't know. I've played a lot of games and I've, you know, in VR. This feels good to me. So, because this magic system that is in this game is what I think should be in every game as far as magic. Gesture magic is just cool. I don't think I can argue that factor any better. And this game's been out a while and has it in droves. So you will see that we don't have a particularly good magic to start out with. That's not a bad thing because we've got battle talents that we can pick up whilst we're going. So we move up to start the cast. We are still in light magic at this point. We come across, and note how I am going through the line, and I think, as I've said before, RB put it best, in the direction of the wind. So you can, if I get close to there, you can see that the direction of the wind is that way. And so the wind is blowing the magic essence off the line. That's how we know which way to, when we hold trigger, which way to pass through. And then again, lines, magic, pass. Now at this point, after we've done two, and I think this is true of all magic, you can then choose which of the two magics you are going to do in the magic class, not to be confused with the enchantments. We have a cantrip and we have an arcanum. Cantrips, if you're familiar with most magic-y terms, a quick cast or a low effort kind of spell. I don't think magic missiles considered a cantrip, but something like pick lock or something along those. Oh, maybe magic missile is considered a cantrip. Moonbeam. So we go there, up, down, done. And then we would release that. I can't though because there are no targets. But let me give you a demonstration. And then the thing that, so as I said, I was playing with Rico and kind of sat here doing the magic. The other thing to note as well, and this is another element that is confusing with this game, is that if you are near any other weapons when you are trying to do things, sometimes they just won't work. Other times that you'll select those weapons. See? I do. The magic missiles always go to well. Always go toward the darkness. So my advice would be, if you are practicing any weapon type, come well away from those pedestals because they will interfere with what you're doing. And then you start in this, developing your favorite magics, which you can then and get off real quick. I think on a DPS wise, and if you build a mage well, I think they're the strongest class in the game. Followed second, a close second, by a long range archer. Vega and Atham know what I'm talking about, and RB as well. I suppose most of you who's played archers know what I'm talking about. So we have enchantments, which are curses and blesses. Curses for enemies and blessings for allies. We are not playing with anybody. You can bless yourself though. Or evocations. These are attack spells including quick cantrips and major arcana. And we're not going for star magic. No. We're not going for star magic. No. We are going for storm magic though, and we have got the enhanced version. The thing to note, enhanced is just better. More damage, sometimes less cooldown, sometimes less mana cost. we take storm magic. We like storm magic. The other thing that you can get other than evocations is you can also get skills to increase your mana generation, which is the other thing that we haven't talked about. Let's see if we can get a reroll for an enhanced. No. Okay, well, we'll go for... I always like to go with Crystal Focus, because generate an extra 40% mana per second if you have not been hit for the last 12 seconds, and that gets higher with less seconds. What should a good mage not be doing? Not getting hit. So we will crystalline our focus. Right. Ye Old English, guess the TV show. Spellcasting. P-I-S-S-O-F-F. I could do that all day. Although, my spelling might not be quite as good as later on. So, I'm a big fan of storm magic in this. And I'll show you why. At higher levels it's best, but enhanced should get us there. Because static field. Just literally have to wiggle our wand and then bam. Not only does that do quite a healthy amount of damage, but it also stuns the enemy. And for those of you wondering about magic missile, a simple flick of the whist. That's right, the whist. Because we're a wizard, Harry. Whist. A simple flick of the whist, and you can send off a magic missile. Unfortunately, the darkness is not a valid target. I'm sorry, Dread. I'm sorry, everybody, but the darkness is not a valid target in these lands, so we can't just cast magic missile. If there is an enemy in range, a simple flick will send the magic missile their way. If, like K2, you're on the you're trying to speed run arthritis through doing this, because that is the fastest way to cast magic missiles, you can make it more of a chopping motion, and that will allow you to do magic missiles, these swishes. So, for you Harry Potter fans, it can be either a flick or a swish. Same thing. Same thing. Harry Potter fans. Bop, bop, bop. Brrr. I just love that. I just love it. And then, check this out. Hey, up behind the back. It auto-targets. It does silly amounts of damage, and it auto-targets, and then you can do that when they get close. Is there no end to the brilliance of Storm? Ice magic is another good one as well. So, this is what I'm talking about when I say gain knowledge. If you know what things are good, be it cantrips, arcanum, I think it's arcanum. It said arcana earlier. Like, even that, if it doesn't kill him, stuns him. Anything in this game, be it for a mage or an archer, that will slow the enemy's roll. So, with archery, you haven't got a lot of choices. To be fair, that was an accident. But, hey, we like a little bit of flight. Anything that slows the enemy's roll. So, a good mage in that circumstance will take Storm or Ice. They both have the ability to slow enemies down. Ice is probably better in that respect as well, because you get 3 shots and it does the equivalent slowdown on an enemy of probably better than a top level ice arrow. That is the one that you look for. So we were asking for solo tips. If you are archery, go for ice arrows, because what do? They slow the enemy as you are here, bam, backpedaling, bam, backpedaling, bam, and you keep moving away while slowing the enemy, because if you're moving away and they're slowed down, guess what? They can't catch you, so you can just keep on dropping damage. That, with archery, then dovetails nicely with the abilities that give you more damage over distance. If you can keep them really far away and getting further and further away, you're just doing more damage. And then with mages, it's as much about DPS as it is slowing them down. But what is nice is there are multiple correct ways. I mean, like, what about behind? Nailed it! I love it. Love it so. And then with ice magic, what you would do, I will try and... Oh, he's a melee. With ice magic, we get 3 shots with this, and ice magic gives us these icicles. Like, note how I am... Ow. You had to hit me, didn't you? Just to unprove the point. So I'm lasing listily to the left, and this guy, more often than not, will not be able to hit me. So, but you do have to do a little bit and try not to let them get to your side. But this is how you would use ice magic. So, let them get reasonably close so you don't hit, and then fire. And then he is slowed for a good 3 seconds, and then give him another one. And he is slowed for a good... Yeah, I think that's about, let's see, crap account in 2,000, 3,000. I'd say that's a good 3 seconds. And then by the time you've used them all, you'll have generated enough mana, and your spell will have cooled down enough that you can just do it again. Don't fire them all off in quick succession, because you can get 3 lots of slow out of just the one hit. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, I heard one. Wait there a second. I'll be back later. I'll be back to zap you later. Let's go and see what this guy is a second, because that guy's no threat. He can't hit me. He'll hit me now, but... Up. Place, listily. And look, it even goes through ground. And through cover. What more could you want? What more could you want? For purposes of speed, though. I would show you my mana bar, but it's one of the problems that being able to do this in the dev build that I've got is it gets rid of your mana bar. So normally you have a mana bar here, which there are ways to increase the mana generation. I don't think there's a way to increase the maximum. You can start off with bonus, but that doesn't increase the maximum if memory serves. It often doesn't. Storm Magic level 2. And so Storm Magic level 2 just gets better. So now cooldown 4 seconds, mana cost less, does more damage, still immobilizes for 2 seconds. I think Lightning Bolt is way overpowered for the amount of damage, and it stuns as well. I think we've got another 2 after this one, Kim. I will try and speed up. Yeah, give that one away now. Try and speed up the process, because I want to get Von off the clock so she can come in and show, and I'll put the catwalk music on and she can strut around for us. She'll love it. She'll love it. The thing is as well, again, as we know... Ooh. As we know, the view in a stream is never going to do the game justice. I do use filters in my streams to try and show you give you rather a little bit better idea of what I'm seeing. I use a slight sharpening filter because I always find that if I don't stream in a high enough bitrate, high enough quality, and a little bit of a sharpening filter, I look at my streams and I'm like, it's nowhere near that blurry for me. So I use a little bit of a sharpening filter just to take the blur off of the stream. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. In this game, it does, and I think, again, I'm usually quite open with, or very open with these sort of things, because I do not want to misrepresent any games, regardless of whether they're free or not. Ooh, Poise has to join now as well. What was it? Dribbling psychopaths and... I don't know what the other one was he says, but they'll have to join also. Right, let's see if we can get some lightning off. Ah, Mage v Mage, eh? So, one of the tips that I think he's the Mage one. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gents. Powers of lightning. Fucking one-shot the first boss. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this is why you need to be aware of terms. You can go Gandalf on it. You're not full battle mage. You don't have the sword. Can block, no magic missile. It is a nasty skill to lose that, but can perform melee mana strikes. 50% of mana spent on spells is stored, half expended as damage with every strike. We're going to go with this quickly before it chooses for me, which is reduce arcanum spell. The battle mage's staff, the wizard's staff, is a two-handed, in essence, polearm style weapon, which is okay for blocking. You don't want to find yourself in melee, but is very good for spell, bonk. And like, you know, if you're going in there with the staff, not that I've used it a lot either. I like my wands and I like my balls. I like the ball, not my balls, the ball. Not your balls, the ball. I prefer the wands and the magic orbs. That's probably the terminology that we should go for. The long staffs are great. The other thing with the long staff is they do lead to a shield and scepter for your mage. And then all of a sudden, if you're lucky enough to get it, you've got another way to play the mage. And again, this roguelike build each time you play the game. The plethora of weaponry that can be offered to you. Now, granted, with the mage, the variety isn't quite as high as some of the other ones. A lot of the other weapons in this game are their own styles, and then there's better and better versions, and then when you get to the top end, you can get things that don't behave like anything else. But you can't do a massive amount more with the mage class at the moment, I would say. We just want to get this quickly, don't we? How about one of them? And its area effect gets everything around you. It's so good. Let's try something a little bigger, shall we? Whoop, missed it. You can tell how much I use this one, and then this is a... And it freezes them. So that's the arcanum of the ice side of things. Let's push more into mana. And again, if you're playing solo, stay away from enchantments, push into arcanums and your cantrips, your evocations, and your mana generating abilities. That is where you will win or lose in your build, I feel. When you are... That's not to say that the enchantments aren't good, but a lot of the time, the blessings and the curses complement what you're already doing or what your allies are doing. I think enchantments are more for multiplayer than anything else, but I say that and I often find myself levitating. Like, this is why I do the stance, everybody. It's because it shows on there. So now, not only can we rain lightning, but we can do it like Storm now, and we can do it diddle 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 brrr, from up on high. You. Hey. No. Oh, my levitation powers ran out. Boo. Note how we can block. I find the blocking as far as magic a lot more effective with wands than I do with orbs in this, definitely. Let's see if we can get a cast off quick. Yeah, like those magic balls, eh? Let's try a solar flare. Solar flare! But it doesn't look much like a solar flare. It's more of a rail cannon shot, but it is cool as fuck. Look how far that cat's armor went. The bits of him have been spread across the world. It's so powerful. Time for another lightning bolt already. don't mind if do. If you can't tell that I enjoy Magic incredibly so. I don't know how else I can get it across, I really don't. Yeah, let's go for a Frost Nova. Zip. And then let's get in nice and quick and do one of them and then finish you off. And now we're out of mana because I tried to do it too quick. Boo earns. Would you care for a Moonbeam? This one just does damage over time. Not a great ability, because you want to be doing that when there's that many spells out there that can do instant kill KO magic, or you know, KO casts. Yep. So now it's doing even more damage, has an even quicker cooldown, and now we can kind of go, and it's almost ready to go again before the first one's finished, which then means that things, if you do that over and over again and manage your mana correctly, nothing can get close to you. As I say, trust me in Storm Magic. Right. Let's do another gem giveaway, because try and leave some time to play with you wonderful lot at the end. So if you would like to win our 4th bag of 200 gems, it is the gem emoji. In the chat, please. And you. And then I've gone for, you always want to be trying to target the melee in this circumstance, but I don't really need to fear the melee when I can just continue it, and it's no slouch on damage either. So watch how I beat this fool with the minimum of effort. No casting, and slow, and then and slow. Diddle 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 diddle. 3 casts. I've still got tons of mana. That's ready to go again. And again, if you start getting swarmed by multiple enemies, oh, it'll hit them. You can also use it quite offensively by jumping into a group and then casting it. And then remember, we're not even using our dash at this point. Yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, so close. So close. So close. Yeah. I want to make sure this is leveled up just in case we do get in trouble, or want to push the magic a little further. So again, ice now. Bang, bang, bang. And when we get that to top level, by the time you've gone 1, 2, 3, I think. No, so the spell doesn't start cooling down until you fired your last frost. But one of the things I will say, an ice mage, if you're playing it correctly, will never have a problem with mana. You can just slow things indefinitely, as long as you can hit them. You got to hit your shots with the ice mage, which I do like ice magic, but storm magic, I think I've shown you. Shall I show you again? Spellcasting! Diddle, 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 diddle. Hey! Like, now, come on now. I was just saying about how good storm magic is. Now I've got to dodge lazily to the left and right. Cool! Okay, so then we move to the other. The best part about lightning magic. Ow, stop it! Oh, that's most of his life bar gone. We could... So let's try and not get hit, shall we? Because mana is at a premium. The only time I should get hit when doing this is when I'm trying to concentrate on casting, but a lot of the time, moving to the left or moving to the right or moving one way and then changing direction is enough to get out of the way of pretty much anything. At this point, we're just waiting for our mana to recharge. Another thing to note, I was trying to show it off. Another thing to note with mages, just like archers, that's 2 hits, ladies and germs. Another thing to note with archers and mages, if you stand still, you reload or regenerate your mana faster. Now, it's all well and good being able to increase our blessing spell duration that allows me to fly for 50% longer, and curses, yeah, curses last longer, but we'll take direct damage. So it's the one thing that I will say is the ones, unlike a lot of the other weapon types in this game, aren't going to dynamically change your class on the fly or really change the way that you are playing the class. The only one that kinda does with the mage is the staff and the shield and scepter. Everything else just casts the same thing, and then even then the scepter and the shield just gives you the ability to do some blocking, but you still cast the same with the old diddle diddle. So hello Destroyer Dex, welcome on in. We are just in the middle of a giveaway, Dex, if I assume you have the game. Gem emoji in the chat if you would like to be entered into the draw. Okay, so levitate. Simply, obviously you don't need to know about the spell casting bit. You can only cast it on yourself. You can't cast it on others. Once this is around you, let go of trigger. You then would see the levitation, and then you simply hold A. Levitate. As it shows in the diagram, placing your arms out by your sides and levitating is mandatory. Repeat, mandatory. Oh no, that is, yeah, I was going to say that is true. Yeah, hold A. That's the most important part, Kim. Hey, yep. I mean, yes, I've got the meta progression on. Yes, I've got a good chance of picking up enhanced. But even Storm unenhanced, as long as you... I mean, well, Vega, you were supposed to keep that within the wizarding circle. Oh, we missed. Oh. Like, he's not closing in on us, so we'll just... But you can use enemies like this if there's more coming in the waves to make sure that your mana is fully regenerated and to make sure your big spells like lightning isn't ready to go yet. Now it is. Now we finish him off with as little mana as possible. Also, what I was talking about, this is always going to be faster than... But even that, you kind of have to put a flick on the end. Yeah, well, I'll practice it some more. I prefer this because you can fire it off all rapid and such. We could get another level of ice, but we don't need it. Let's push into mana more. And... Oh, spell dipper... Start each encounter with an extra 100 mana. If that was increase your mana bar by 100... this would be a good trait. It's not bad if you're doing a lot of enchantments right from the start, but it only gives you that starting bonus to begin with. The reason why I say these out loud and kind of explain them is there are, and I've fallen into the trap, there's a lot of ones that look like they would be good shouts, but through trial and error, I've found that they sound good on paper, but don't actually work that well. And hello, Dark. Welcome to the stream. You do only need to put 1 gem in, mate. Do bear in mind, and the reason why I ask nicely, and you don't know, obviously, is every message is read out to me. Every emoji that you put in destroys my ears. With great power, Dark, comes great responsibility. Your levels of maturity are being tested. On we go. I'm sorry, dude, you don't, but anyway, as I say, welcome to the stream. You didn't know. You're just getting excited. We allow excitement on this channel. Like fun, but there are rules to control the fun. That's alright, dude. I'm myself personally, I've kind of got the ones that I want, but I've had this game for quite some time, so I've got my pick. I am the worst person to actually, within this free-to-play model, I am the worst person to have bought this game because I am terrible for seeing what I want and sticking with what I like. I could have easily bought everything that I wanted to off of the free-to-play model, but you might add stuff at a later date and now I don't have to grind for it quite as hard or pay for it. Let's go. Line up, please, gentlemen. Roll up, and test the solar flare. Okay, well, yeah, we haven't really been leveling up into light magic. Tell you what we have been leveling up into, though. A diddle diddle diddle. I'm not very familiar with a lot of the magics in this game. However, I am incredibly familiar with the ones that I use a lot. But hopefully, you'll be able to see how quickly you can cast these things, which is why you do need to push into mana as well as evocations, because it's all well and good being able to cast them quickly, but if you haven't got the mana to back them up, then you're a bit shafted. So, the other thing to note as well with anybody who's looking at this game going, oh no, not another free-to-play game. There is no pay to win or pay for progression in this game. The pay for is purely cosmetic. This is a game that was at full price, a full price released game, and has changed over to the free-to-play model. And the developer, as we've talked about, has been very generous in that you can earn the currency at a rate of 1 per day. You do get some to begin with as well. Having the upgrades from a previous run would be awesome. You'd actually be able to top out. I'd love to see what happens when you do. So, the one thing that I was thinking, because we were talking about it earlier, the one thing that I was thinking of in regards of an endless run, because it is something that the dev has expressed some interest in doing it, and I think there's room for it. I think we need 2 things. One of them is kind of like what I want, and then the other one will be to make it good, I think. Because those 2 things don't often go in line, and I am drawing from my vast experience of diddling in Magic. So the 2 things that I think are needed for an endless mode, and the first one I think is kind of needed in this game anyway. When you get certain combinations of skills to level 3, you can then combine them to make a new level 4 skill, which may be a combination of the previous ones and then allow you to get the old ones again. So I take that from games that are like this, because at the end of the day, this game starts out very much like in Death Siege of Heaven mode. This game starts out with He's probably going to jump down my neck now. This game starts out as a survival game and then becomes a overpower game, or an where it's an OP fantasy game. Underdog to begin with, an OP fantasy. It's my favorite kind of roguelike genre. I mean, most roguelikes do this as well, in that you start out underpowered and through the run become overpowered. I've got loads. What do you need to know about Archon runs? But no spoilers though, because not everybody knows about Archon runs. For anyone knowing, the Archon runs are what you get to do after you complete the game. They are end game content. Oh, we found that one over there, didn't we? So yeah, you always go in this game from underpowered to overpowered. Now, most roguelikes have you go from underpowered to overpowered throughout their entirety. So you always get to that point where you are very overpowered, and then the only thing that you can do is self-impose challenges or hope that the game has difficulty levels or mutators or modifiers or what have you. This game, you start out underpowered and get to overpowered and are reset at every run, but there is a little bit of meta progression. So I would like to see combined abilities. So, like, and then what he can then do if he's clever with it is we can take things that aren't particularly good magics, like moon magic. Light magic isn't that bad, but I wouldn't take light magic. However, if light magic combined with storm magic to make lightning storm magic level 4, which then has a particularly cool looking rain of thunderbolts and ray of sunshine that scorches things off of the earth, well then all of a sudden I'm thinking, yeah, I need those two spells. Like poison is another one. The alchemy spell set in this isn't particularly great. Not that it isn't good, it just doesn't put the damage out as fast as other things. Over time it can put a lot of damage out, so it's quite a good support skill, but straight away not so great. But if we could combine poison, not so good magic, with ice and get poison ice, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the creative type, all right? I just think of the ideas. Somebody else can actually execute them. But then, of course, all of a sudden, ice is a staple with Mage, and I think something that you should play towards. But poison, not so much. But if you know that they're going to come together to make something fucking awesome, then you will go out of your way to take the lesser of the two magics. And I think that would be a good way to... I mean, I think the game should go that way anyway, because OP fantasy, we want that. And then there's that would work with Archer, and not so much with Melee, but definitely with Archer. The other thing that I would like to see in a game of this type, and this is definitely for the endless run. I should be able to have a conversation whilst I'm doing this, because it's going to be all about the diddle diddle diddle. Thanks, Vaughn. I have already changed battery. So yeah, we'll just diddle. Let's go and have. Should we go and have a look at the Oasis? Okay. So, let's vary it up a little bit, shall we? One slow, two slow, two slow. Three slow. You can do all the complaining in the world. You're up against the Mage, mate. And I don't know if you got the memo, but I got storm magic. So we do want to time this though, so that we're backstepping or casting this as he's charging in to try and slow his roll as much as possible, because we are going to be limited on mana if we get hit. And well, yeah, if we're clever with this, we can keep this going ad infinitum. So, oh yeah, Hellsweeper talk, you've definitely got the right channel. So what I would like to see, as far as the game is concerned in an endless mode, is that you get to the point where you have maxed out your abilities, because that would make an endless mode unique, because you can't max out your abilities normally. You don't get enough upgrades even with the starting traits to be able to get up the maximum with a Mage, say, of 3. That's right, I can't tell about the caps locks. The only ones that'll tell you off of that are Von, so It's okay. Your voice doesn't come through any harder or louder on in my ears. Lovely. So evocations and enchantments, you can only get 3 of each maximum, and then you can only get each of those up to, within those 3, up to level 3. Did we get ice to level 3? We did. Oh, like magic. Okay, well, it's a little bit better now. So what I would like to see then is enough levels and repeats of the levels, and then, you know, and if you really wanted to go 1 extra, when you've gone through the normal levels, then change the skybox to darker. Or if it's normally darker, change it to lighter. I know I'll get some grumbles from the ladies because they hate the dark levels. To be fair, for streaming purposes, I also hate the dark levels. But I don't know, it doesn't have to be dark. It could be a red night or something when you've gone through all the levels and you have to start repeating them. Just to give it a little bit of variety. Or, I don't know, maybe change the gun drop keys to ones without the gun drops in them, I guess. So that basically my idea would be that when you get to the top level of having everything, the things that you then pick afterwards start taking away. Not your skills or your enchantments or your evocations or your mana abilities. They stick. You keep your abilities, but you then start having to put penalties on yourself, and then that way you will eventually get to a point where you've put enough penalties on where it's like, we cannot get any further. And I don't know, you could have a massive run then, but like, you know, little things, the more interesting the better. Like, I don't know, when you take damage, your allies take half the damage in addition, or just stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, again, you know, I'll come up with the ideas. I'm going to come up with the details. And again, it's not even an idea that I'm coming up with. That's been done in probably millions of games. Now we'll get the we'll get the last one done in just a moment. Let's take these guys out. But yeah, it'd be a nice way to get an endless run. And, you know, I'd love to see more levels. I definitely like the openness of these levels. Wasn't a fan of it when I first started this game. It's like, man, it's too open. It's too much ground. As a mage or an archer, I have no problems with too much ground. In fact, there's never enough when you're playing as a mage or an archer. Especially an archer. Cheers, fellas. Ooh. Again, doesn't really matter. We've got that meta progression on our side. I'm kind of dicking around a little bit. Excuses, excuses. Yeah, we're in one right now, aren't we? So yeah, end this one here, and then we'll start the other one up in a minute. Try and get done, and then we'll get Von on. Yeah. Okay. I'll hurry up. Yeah. Note how generate 80% mana per second if you have not been hit in the last 8 seconds. This one's good if you cannot get hit. Energy Leech I'm not a fan of. Each enemy who has been hit by one of your spells will grant you plus 20 mana regeneration for up to 10 seconds. It is a good skill. It makes star magic particularly good, but not great for us because a lot of the stuff that we're doing is one-hit killing. If I was relying heavily on ice magic because I didn't get storm magic, then that might not be a bad shout. But there you go. Well done, Knight. Oh, God, that guarantees spellcasting announcements in the next stream, doesn't it? Spellcasting. F-U-C-K-O-F-F. Spellcasting. D-I-S-M-I-S-S. Behind the back. Oh, I didn't die. Okay, and oop. Let's just Try not to die, everybody. So we want to regenerate our mana a little bit here because we're actually a bit low after that Thunderbolt. And then we just do this. Whoop. Yeah, well done, Knight. Now, all you need to do, Knight, before the next stream next Wednesday, all you need to do is you need to get some nice trip, or nicer trip, with your gems. Try not to spend them all. And well, it'd be ideal if you could be at maximum meta progression, but if you're not, we can help with that. That's probably what I'm going to do with whoever's coming in. So if you are a winner from last week, and yeah, I mean, well, let's just stick to that condition. You will have first priority to come and play with me, and it's not because that's part of the prize. No, it's because I want people to show their stuff off, because then that begets envy from other people watching the stream, right? And then people might be like, oh man, I didn't wear the gems. I'm gonna go and support this hard-working dev and give him some of my money because I want to look that good. I don't know, do I start adding that? 5 chances to win 5 bags of 200 gems and the chance to play with Silver Tongue Devil. I'd need to do it in more of a movie voice. It'd also need to be a decent price as well, wouldn't it? Yes! Bags of gems and prostitution! It's almost like drugs should be the combo. Yes, almost. But no, there is reason to my madness. We will do some streams where it's like, yeah, cool, just anybody come in. Because part and parcel of this is there are ways in this game that I don't really want to play, but they are optimal and they are very good, and they'll make my streaming a lot easier than what I usually have to do. So, and I'd like to see them. I don't want to have to do them myself. Simple as that. I talk, of course, of like archery and the blast skill with burst, fire, and various other things. So I prefer the proper archery, but I get that people like absolutely fucking destroying things. You know, it is the OP fantasy. Why are you standing there? What are you pointing at? Are you waiting for... Oh, you fucker. You did that on purpose. I should have known. Should have known. Waiting for backup, eh? Some backup he was. He's almost dead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Didn't dash. Diddle, diddle, diddle. Bye. And diddle, diddle, diddle. And then we take a step. And then diddle, diddle, diddle. And then we take a step. And then diddle, diddle. Whoa! Yeah. And they still want to come in and play with me, Dread. And they know all of that. They know. It's crazy. What a crazy world we live in. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that I'm not trying to prize the money out of people's wallets. I mean, not for myself, anyway. But, I don't know, I think we can all agree, like, you know, if anybody's ever got any quest credit and nothing to do with it, throw this guy a couple of bones, man. What a free-to-play game this is. I've had so much joy out of this game, more so over the last few weeks. It was a bit of a hard sell to begin with, but he has added a lot between the last time I played this and now it's free to play, so I can play with everybody for nothing. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm gonna have to design a banner, aren't I? That's what YouTubers do. Maybe I should copy that YouTubey thing. Hey, up. Oh, you're ranged again. Dude, did you not get the memo? The last guy was ranged. He barely hit us. So, say barely. Gonna stand still. Good. We'll just do that one for damage. Oh, this one does poison. Oh, he might actually get us here. Ooh, close. Close. Ah! So, one of the things to note with this prick is that when he poisons you, if you then die... Oh, God. Let's hide behind a tree. That's easier. If he poisons you and then you die, the poison effect, if it's still on you, continues over there. I was going to try and fight him properly, but we all know how to fight Gabe, right? Another strength of lightning. That killed, that like halved his life again. Through the tree! That is worth... No, that's fine. So you need, basically, so I will say that. It is in the instructions, but I will say that because it's worth saying. You need to find the place in the menus, and I can't show you because I don't have a version of the game that would allow me to do so. Ooh. We've got enough mana for this. Time for you to die. There we go. Stop dicking around. Stop dicking around! +1 essence for completing the run. And then a handful of echoes. But yeah, you will need to... It's very difficult for me to explain it when I've never seen it. So maybe one of those that have... there you go, Knight. We have people asking on my channel for you. So... Obviously, you know, they want you to be that big time YouTuber. So you need to now make a video of how to spend gems, how to find them when you have won them, and then how to spend them. Well, not how to spend them. If you get gems in a giveaway, put the code in as you normally would for... like as if it was a game or other DLC giveaways that I've given. And then the only other step is, and I think it's as easy as going to an armor that requires gems that you haven't got enough for, I think. Or just it might be going to any armor that costs gems. You should then have the options to buy gems, and providing you have put the code in, you press on that number of gems. So it is worth noting for you winners. Again, all in the description, just saying. But no, who reads in the description? It's like TLDR, this bit, isn't it? So when you have won them, it has loaded them up into the game, but they won't update on your page. So what you have to do is actually physically go into the game and get as far as if you were going to buy them, and then they should just pop up. Should. Right, then, ye faithful. Anybody ready to join? As I said, I'll prioritize winners so that they can come and show off their drip. So, yeah, don't all join straight away. We'll use the FAF2 code as always, providing no one's in here waiting for me. So, Kim obviously gets a little bit of priority. OG STD, she is. And she's one of our gem winners, so she'll actually have some cool stuff that we can show off. Yes, please, Athon. And Von, do you want to pop in now, or do you want to get the last giveaway out of the way first, and I'll do it now? I mean, asking you to do a gem giveaway in this game is a little bit more involving than what I had you doing when you were manning turrets and giving codes away on IST. So let's get that last gem giveaway done and get Von off the clock. So if you, because she does it all manually. She picks all of your names up, puts them into the thing. I've told her to use AI, but I mean, we can say that we manually pick our winners on this channel, or rather, manually pick the people who enter, which then goes into a wheel. So, oh, okay. Oh, sorry then, Von. I didn't think it was... it was only 11:15. Okay, no worries. Well, we'll give Von priority next time, and I'll try and get the gems given away quicker. But yeah, so if you'd like to win the last bag of 200 gems, pop a gem emoji into the chat for me, please. I'm trying to do the big reveal, but it's not working. Do you want to... Right, so... Go on then. Go on then, Kim. Show us what you got.
This is my favorite, even though
so,
it's not red.
Kim, hello, Grison. So, Kim is modeling various armor and helmets with a tidal base with a crimson trim. Grisenfall has... I know this one. Crimson Fall has managed to purchase himself some Seraphim armor with what I believe is a Dark Crown helm, sporting... Ooh, is it standard red or is that crimson? I can't quite tell.
That's crimson.
It is crimson. Your crimson looks much brighter than mine. Maybe it's just how the sun catches on you. And then he's... So basically, Grison's copied me because... I mean, I am the epitome of style, and so is Grison. So here's a guy who's not the epitome of style. Enter Atham! No, I like Atham's look. We have had some problems with organising this look. There was some colours that were... I mean, why you chose to wear sand is... It's just beyond me. It really is. But
Okay,
so...
accent.
Yeah, no, that one's much better. That one is much better. Is that one of the helmets that would normally cost you 1,500 geodes?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a lot of geodes. Now, just in case you were wondering how... So not only... And, oh, we've got some other colour schemes as well. This is Griven's evening wear when Crimson Red just won't cut it at night. Kim's got her downtown at the bar look going on there as well. So that hot pink draws in the men and the ladies, apparently. So the way that we've been able to do this is obviously these guys are all free to play and they've won gems on the channel. You then, with the gems, you still need to collect geodes. And remember what I was talking about making huge amounts of echoes with very little effort, providing you have a team of ultimate well-dressed badasses for a change. Then well, I'll show you. I'll show you how it works. So do you guys, just so I can demonstrate it on stream and then others can copy it potentially, I'm sure it's well documented and well known, but do you want to scale it down to whatever level's manageable for you guys? If needs be, put it on 0 just so that we get this right first time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable absolutely everything. And then I can show off to everybody live exactly what the hell I'm banging on about. Now, why am I doing this when I have got the maximum meta progression done? I don't need echoes anymore. But you can see I've still got another 202,000 odd of them. And you only need, what are we saying, about 1.3 to max out the meta progression? Something like that? 1.3, maybe?
Yeah, 1.3, 1.4 million.
Yeah, about 1.3, 1.4 million. So when you've maxed out the meta progression, there is then nothing more to spend your echoes on. Just like at the moment, I'm hoping to convince the dev otherwise, there's nothing to spend your animus on, which is why I'm collecting mine. But of course then we know a way, or I'll show you a way, to collect huge amounts of echoes. So let's clear the cache and put me down to 0 echoes, or as near as, damn it. 10. Let's go. So I don't know if anybody wants to put this in the chat or not, because memory is always an issue on this channel. 408. So I currently have to my name, and you can see the amount of geodes through exchanging 200,000. I just added like another, what was that, 200 onto my lot. So we are at 408 echoes, and all I have done is gone onto Vass's challenges and put everything to max, and probably as important as doing all of this, enabled virtue of greed. That will be important later. Now you can if you want to win a bag, then you need to be putting the gem in the chat right now, because we're in the middle of a giveaway. What shall I do? What shall I do? What's the most survivable? I'll tell you what, I'll do enchantments. Yay, that should be awkward. I'd never take enchantments. Brilliant. Oh, look at this. I have a full complement of archery going on. So, I am currently... Oh, man. I am currently at top level of difficulty. So, me doing damage to enemies does not compute here, does not make sense. So, the way that I could make doing what we're about to do even more efficient is picking enchantments, because enchantments are all about blessings and cursing enemies, which then increases everybody's damage to them, and also blessing friends. See if we can get a decent one. Divine magic. That's decent, isn't it? No, not in this circumstance. Mirror magic. 200% of all damage that the target deals is returned back to them. No, that's not really good. Okay, well, we'll take divine magic, and I'll just float about a bit. And then we'll go for another enchantment, and I will do some life magic. Is not a bad shout. So don't worry, everybody. Like Jesus, I can float and return life. On we go. You look impressed, Kim. So at this point, there is no point me doing anything other than the support role. And it's not a bad way to play. If anything does get close enough, then I can, and as people take damage, I can heal it. Now, the healing in this game doesn't just work as standard, or at least not this heal. The heal in this game works in that you have to heal the person after they've taken damage. I think it's before the stage ends. How's the storms in your area these days, K2?
There's nothing today.
Is there not? I saw a little Wi-Fi symbol above your head. I thought we'd lost you already. Do you want me to stand in the way? Does that help if I stand about here?
Perfect.
And then I'll block them for you. And then I can simply heal it back. I can simply heal it back.
Hit me.
No, I know, you shot it. Good shooting. Now, here is the crux of this and the other. So normally going through the game, I'll try and look down. We're going to be making a lot of echoes. But if you forego mana and skills and go for virtue of greed, that's 64,000 echoes, ladies and gents. And we're going to be picking that up anywhere between about 5 and 7 times. So if you... you're known, knight, so Von knows that you're... This is why I always ask people to have their names in order. I can't understand... It's probably because I haven't got the memory, but I can't understand why people would be known as different names and aliases across different platforms, unless you've got something to hide. So, let's get heal ready, just in case this all goes topsy-turvy. Should learn that one, really, because heal's quite good if you have got a tank out front. But I've got this stunning set of archers. And a crossbow lady. Don't forget the crossbow lady. Excellent work, everybody. Now, what I want you to do when this guy comes around the corner is shoot him. That's right, chat. I'm in command. I told them to do this. As I said, you can see that I'm only doing something like 11 points of damage with my magic missiles. I've got ice, the status effects will still work. They'll still last as long. But me trying to bother doing any kind of damage at the moment, there's no point. Absolutely no point.
A little bit. Doesn't this look good? We're all staggered.
I like it. It's a shame it isn't more lit so that I could be showing off the drip.
Oh, we're done.
Huh. That didn't go up, so it is timed. It's not based on checkpoint. Haven't done a lot with heal magic, if I'm honest. So we haven't been offered the virtue of greed, so we either push enchantments or mana abilities. Let us... So what does it actually say? Heal undoes 300 of damage that the target player has taken within the last 15 seconds. No, so, yeah, no, that's fine, dude. So, basically, when I say we're doing a giveaway now, that's when you need to post. So, and if anybody's wondering why, it's to... on my purposes, it's to increase engagement, and it's the best way that I figured to do it, so... Because, you know, it's quite an involving process to give it live. Ask Von, she's been here and doing it longer than anybody else, and she's seen me get it wrong many, many times. Many, many times. So, yep. Don't worry, I'm ready with the heal this time, Atham. As soon as you take damage, I'll be bam, heal.
Right, I'll go in front of him.
Yeah. Kind of like that one. I'm gonna have to learn how to do that one. And I can heal myself as well. So for those blessings, you can't put curses on yourself, but for those blessings, so if you did want to play the support role, say for instance, you're not particularly good, mobile, enjoy this kind of game, but you like the idea of being support. As you can see, these are... Like a what?
Like a bra.
Like a bra, right? Like a bra. Kim's got it. Kim gets it. If you like to be supportive and cupping of your teammates, then enchantment, blessing your compatriots and cursing the foe is definitely the way to do it. You could make some very powerful builds. You could make some very powerful very powerful... They are great. What? You could make some very powerful combos by having everybody specialize in enchantments. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to win first, Dark. Come on now, Dark. You should know by now, rules control the fun on this channel. That's what they're there for. Rules control the fun. What great phrase. Any good board games master will tell you that that is the case. Don't even think I can consider that anymore. I haven't played a board game in anger for a long time now. But yeah, so pointing at your enemies, at your friends, and with curses as well, you'll see that you get the little arrow that denotes who's going to get cast on. Or I think you can just point down. Yeah, point down, cast it on yourself. You can't point it at you. You can kind of point it at yourself, but that's more down.
Oh, is there a tree or something behind me?
No, it was me. It was me! Where's Kim? If I can get the heal off on her...
way back here.
She's all the way back there. But now I can heal the damage. Heal!
As long as you don't put me on a leash.
Your wish is my command.
Aww.
Blessings. So that's what we're doing. And now... Kim is on my leash. Oh, double darkness. Come on, Mr. E, get in here. I don't want to see these dark levels. So this spirit link basically means that Kim will take less damage and it will be in a percentage passed on to me. As the support guy, also note as well, I know this is Kim's favourite, so I'll do it just for her. She feels particularly leashed when I float above her. Come on, Kim. That's a good Kim. Come on now. Come on. Yes. Leashed. Try not to get in everybody's way.
Me and my rubber band bow.
That's okay. I've got one too. Might as well have a heal ready just in case anyone gets slammed for a little bit of health. I don't imagine it with this party. But it does allow me to look at everybody and check out this drip from various angles whilst they do all the hard work. My kind of stream. But again, you know, I'm playing it wrong, but this is a very valid role. You could just go enchantments and pop enchantments and curses off on the enemies and be a very valid asset to your team. Depending on which ones you get, you could be the most important part. There you go, Grison. You might feel a bit tingly for a couple of hours. Don't need to teleport. Yeah, let's fly around with Kim on a leash for longer. That sounds good.
And what does this do for me? Because
Yeah,
it feels kind of demeaning.
Well, I mean, that's basically it. It's so if you take damage, okay, if you take damage, I'll take some of it and you'll take a lot less. And also, you get free belly rubs and treats from time to time. Also,
and get hit.
well, joke's on you because I took the leash off.
You didn't go for me. I stood right in front of him.
Well, obviously he's identified you as least threatening or most leashed, one of the two. It's because of the leash. He's being smart AI, and it's like, oh man, if I hit that cat, as well dressed as she is, I won't take any damage. Oh crap. Yeah. Just like new. Just like new. But this, if you were going to do what I was talking about and putting these percentages of difficulty up hugely, this would be the most efficient way to do it if you had one person. Go Mage and go with enchantments. And the reason being is all of those percentages are stacking up so that I do sod all damage. But these guys are still outputting near enough full damage or whatever it is that they're doing, and so I can add to that. We take another Virtue of Greed. That's another 64,000 echoes. And I'll try and remember to look down, but we are getting money, we're getting echoes each and every... Did I say Von? I'll just start saying Vim. It's easier for everybody, isn't it? So we are getting huge amounts of echoes per checkpoint, and then at the end of a level as well. I'll try and remember to look down when we complete a checkpoint. But as you can probably appreciate, I am an instrumental part of this team. I raise morale, I'm doing the healing, everybody's feeling a bit tingly, especially Kim, because she's my pet now apparently, something like that.
Let me exactly call it tingly.
No, hopefully we'll get some lighter levels later on. It's the one thing that I would say about these levels that I think would make them better is if the mist was a low level of mist, but the rest of the It's almost like the mist is too high and it obscures too much. All the mist needs to do is obscure the enemies, and then the level is doing what it's doing. But it's almost like the mist goes too high and just blocks out some of this stunning scenery. You know, because you can have a low mist that does the same job, but then still allows us to appreciate what we're looking at. And also, Dev, if I could have a brightness control in game, that'd be great. Because my streams through a combination of MetaQuest Developer Hub and OBS are already dark because of whatever it is that MetaQuest Developer Hub does. But it's okay. We've had two. I think we've had the only 2 dark levels. I don't think there's any more after this. If memory serves as well, I think this is one of the OG levels. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, well, that one's more misty. You can see what people look like in that one at the very least. Target player goes 30% chance. No, that sounds like way too much involvement. More life magic.
More leeches.
More leeches.
Leashes.
More leashes. Ah, how the tables have turned, my lurker. He steps out of the shadows and he's now mine.
My soul. Oh, my soul.
Oh no, it's more than your soul. Right, well done everybody. Shoot the targets, try not to get hit. If you can heroically stand whilst you're doing so, that'd be great.
Whoa. Oops.
I got you. Run, run, run. So this is what I can do. I can't... Oh, yeah, you got it back. I can't do a massive output of damage. But I can slow enemies, which then... I guess it kind of helps.
This guy wants me.
He does want you. And to be fair, he's not doing an awful lot, so... It could be worse. I'll,
very nicely.
I will... I can also give some of my life to Grizzon. Would have been better off doing... Run, 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 run. Okay. Right, if I've got time, I'll do another transfusion on you.
Sweet.
So, what transfusion does is this can be used to heal allies at any time. It takes health off of me and gives it to the other person. Now, I shouldn't be taking hits here. Emphasis on the word shouldn't. So, I don't need life, ergo I can give it to my allies if I'm not quick with the old heals. Like, this level has kind of got it right. We can see a decent distance, and there is a mist, and as the level continues, the mist descends, which is cool. But on those other ones, there isn't a weather going on, so I'd like to see the mist at a higher level gone, and then maybe even a little thicker at the lower level. Ian McNeil, indeed. And then we're in the last giveaway, aren't we? Pick us a winner on. If I didn't say that already, I don't fucking know. I don't know, man. I just work here. I'm just here to heal these two guys and leash Kim. Like, see, one day, thanks. One day you could have power shoulders, the likes of which God has never seen, just like Grizzon File has. Can he operate a bow? Not with shoulder pads like that, but is he armored and do they look good? Yes. Yes, they do. We'll go more enchantments. Ooh, crystal magic. So, clarity is one that I do know kind of how to cast. And in true time-honored tradition that Knight has made, Athom, you now have clarity.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Spellcasting. C-L-A-R-I-T-Y. 'Cause I gotta. Party Mage. Party Mage. Yeah. We're probably best off putting it on Athom for now. And hello, carbonated milk. Welcome to the stream.
Carbonated milk.
Oh, well done, Chris.
Sounds.
Well, you know what it's like, Kim. We'll have all the young'uns coming in with a game like this, and they are very witty, very witty. Yes, we'll be giving another 5 away next week. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel, probably. So this curse increases the amount of damage that people take. Nope. No excuses. Right, might as well go mana. And there. I mean, the one thing that I would say is I am asking people that have won previously, like these little wretches and their drip. I am asking people that have won previously. I mean, if you want to enter, do so.
This week's 5 people. Next week it'll be today's 5 people.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you know, basically what I want to try and do is prioritize people that have won the gems because they'll definitely have drip to show off, which you all do. You all look lovely. But yeah, the one thing that I would say is there's no need to leave empty-hearted on this stream. What you want to do is now make a point of playing daily. That will get you 1 gem. So in essence, winning one of those bags is the same as playing this game and completing a run for 200 days straight. So, you know, can save you a fair bit of work. That's, yeah, it's a good chunk of the year, isn't it? 200 days. And you do get some. What did everybody start out with, gem-wise? Did you start out with 50?
No.
Or is it not even that much?
No, I had
10 or
no.
10? You probably
then
did
after
have them,
you
Kim. You
spent
just
them-
spent them so fucking fast.
Yeah, and then you just get 1 a day after you spent them.
I know, what bullshit. It's almost like the game would cost you nothing, isn't it? There, tingle. Tinkle, tingle, tingle. Don't destroy your lord and master. Now, on. Walkies, up you go. Excellent. Hey,
I'm not
maybe
coming.
you should set this up with your fucking dogs and maybe more kittens would survive, eh, K2? I'm sure Kim will tell everybody that story at a later date.
Later.
Like never.
Like never.
Kim's on the old zucchini crossbow, aren't you? So,
Yep.
Kim, you now have clarity.
Ow! I don't like that guy.
Hang on. Let me just try and put everyone's roll on slow. Ow. It would be a problem. But I can heal myself. Excellent.
Died.
Here, Yes, all gems have been given away. I do try and spread them out across these 3-hour streams, but there's also the element of my mod, who is very great at what she does not get paid for this, so getting her off of the clock as quickly as possible is always a priority.
Ow, ow.
I mean, we have spread them across pretty well. Clem, you now have clarity.
Clem. Where'd the L come from? Damn, he destroyed me.
Did you think you thought I said? There you go. You thought I said. You thought I said clarity, didn't you? What else could it be that sounds like clarity?
It does say clarity.
No. Let me cast it again and read it very carefully.
It said clarity.
Kim, you now have calamity.
It says clarity.
You
Here,
now
I'm gonna
have
take a picture.
calamity.
Oh, okay.
Okay, to the calamity. Do you remember now? Does you remember now?
It requires a memory.
If only you had got it first time. Only me and you would get it, and it was very witty, I thought. But, yeah.
Yeah. In hindsight, yeah, it's witty.
Thanks, Kim. My greatest moments always gone unnoticed. Is anyone needing the old reload speed out of you lot?
Yeah, mine takes forever to...
There you go. I'm gonna... thankfully for you, Grizzon, my blood contains traces of Flurba. There we go.
So,
Yeah.
Since when?
But read the backstory, Athom. Come on now, it's part of the lore at this point. Tingle, tingle. Oh, hello, Rico. How we doing?
Oh.
Look at this, Rico. I'm trying to play the worst possible class I could possibly play. I'm trying to play support. Unfortunately, none of my spells are voice activated. How, one of the things I was going to ask Rico, did the recordings come out okay? Hopefully so. Because one of the things I was thinking as we were doing it, because you're doing standalone, is sometimes the other person's voice doesn't record. I think I've got everything on my end good for that, but again, I don't know if you've had a chance to look. But I would, we were talking about your good self, Rico, at 60 a little earlier in the stream, and I would like to think that I've given Magic a new lease of life for you, potentially? Maybe? Oh, perfect. Yeah, no rush, dude. Obviously, you do you. Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday, for the most part, every single week. Hey, as I was saying to these, like, you know, we're just a couple of wizards with fireballs, Rico. That's all it was. Just a couple of wizards. Yeah, the one thing that I will, what I have asked of people. Ooh. Oh, that's oh no, it's crystallized. It should be calamity. But I need enchantments. Crystallized magic. Lovely. I may have given a little bit too much blood. Might want to calm down seeing as I'm on 300. It's a good number though. This game especially. Walk on. Walk on. The thing is, if you hadn't have said to me that when you're floating and got Spirit Link on, I feel like I'm on a leash, I never would do this. I wouldn't even think to do it. This is all your fault.
You have
Hey
only
there.
yourself to blame.
Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and if you'd like to be able to gaslight K2 in 3 simple steps, here's how. Do you believe I just used the term gaslighting correctly there? You. Oh! Ah, well, we've got lives. I mean, this does actually mean that I come back with more health, which I can then give for my teammates. All part of the plan, Cad. All part of the plan. Has anyone taken damage recently? I wasn't checking. I'll check Grison. No. You just low. Got some of that. Got some of that flubber-dubber infusion. It's hired me as a gamer, man, indeed. I would still say as well, well, there you go, 3,400 or 34,000 plus another 64,000. So that was like, sorry, I haven't been looking down, have I? It's a good job Kim isn't watching. Camera work is shocking, STD. I will try and look down more often.
Oh, you've got low gravity, whatever that is.
Yes.
Ooh.
Can send you
Yep.
things.
It's the other thing that I would say with archery, and I would believe all of my archers would agree, is that avoid agility like the plague, go for everything else because it improves your damage output. Let me just get another...
But my technique was also shit already, so...
Well, yeah. There are one or two that are okay.
On boss runs like that.
There are one or two that are okay, but the vast majority of them are terrible. Basically, the problem with agility in this game is, as something that is trying to kill things before they get anywhere near you, if you are kind of setting yourself up for that worst case scenario of things getting near you, then the likelihood is they will. Whereas if you can output more damage... Oh, I should have healed myself. Oh, I'm poisoned. Helping. Right, I'll distract the boss. Ooh.
Oh, he's getting healed.
Yeah, no, it's fine. He hasn't taken much damage. I'm doing things! It's pathetic amounts of damage, but it's keeping it so what
Kill
I'm
the
doing...
healer!
If I'm trying. He's not healing. Oh, I'm killing the healer on the boss.
He's gone.
Problem is, I do pathetic amounts of damage. Yeah, 138. That normally does 300 at level 1. Terrible behavior. There we go. Anyone take any nasty hits recently? Checking. No. the other benefit from what we can gather as well is technically this guy will never go after me because I am not doing a lot of damage to him.
He's trying to hit me.
Top damage dealer, Kim. There you go. Have some blood, Clem. It's got flubber-dubber in it.
Some phlegm?
Yeah. Now with added flubber-dubber. Let's do another one.
Ah, I got you.
Oh, stop hogging all the heals, Kim. Just stepped in the way. Terrible behaviour. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Is that a crash or is my internet gone? Oh, I think that's a crash. Damn it! Dagsonit. Well. Well, the thing is, it might have actually count as a win. Let's just quit out of that and go back in again. Oh, I can still hear the music. That never bodes well when that happens. I can... Ah! I can still see the game going on in space, look. There we go. It's finished. Right, I'll start that one again. Armor base is the RGB. Oh, of the people that I'm watching, I'll tell you in a minute, or of the people that are doing it. So, bear in mind we didn't complete that run. I think that was the last one. The one thing that I will say is, I think that's the first actual crash I've had in this game as well, and I've put a hell of a lot of time into this before it was free to play, and now that it is. I might as well get everyone back in here. I'm sure they'll know what happened. Yep. And, we'll get the same party in, and as I said, we will see about getting a different 3 in next time, and then there will be other streams as well. Look, they're already here. Look at this. There will be other streams. Yeah, no, it's because you jumped in first. It's fine. To be fair, it's like 3 o'clock now anyway, so I was going to kind of wrap things up because well, by the time we start another run, you know, but there's still things that we can do and things that we can have a look at. So if you remember, so we didn't actually, did you guys complete that? I assumed it binned out before we got the completion, didn't it? We killed the boss. Yeah. So remember I was on 400 odd, 408 in Echoes, and through doing one run where I was a solid and integral part of the team, we are now on 202,408. That doesn't seem as high as it should be, because weren't we getting like 600 odd thousand previously?
No, it was like 300,000.
Is it always 2 or 300? Okay, well there you go. I mean, that is almost 250,000 just for letting good friends do all the heavy lifting for you. And that wasn't particularly challenging for anybody because they've already got their meta progression. So if you can find somebody who can kind of handle the game by themselves, you can then jump in. And as I said, doing... Oh, hang on, it's... Why has it put all of that back down? It was definitely where it should have been. It was definitely on that. But maybe it's reverted to my last settings after the crash. But, yeah, so... or maybe... Didn't we spend 200... Did anybody else get Echoes?
Echoes, yes, but not the essence.
Oh, yeah, you didn't get the essence, but you did get the Echoes. Yeah, yeah. Always, mate, always. No, dude, like, we... Thanks to you, I have a great idea for a stream, and you need to be part of it, or at least getting everybody in. And now that you've won some gems, that can happen legitimately, or at least kinda legitimately. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our own RB Avenue in as the melee fighter, and then everybody is going to go down the enchantment and curse line, and then as we give Atham spells, we can all tell him all about it. RB will love it. He'll absolutely love. If there's one thing I know about RB, top in the world at Siege of Heaven on In Death Unchained is that guy loves attention. And if all 3 mages can be enchanting the hell out of him, woo, he is gonna love being told all about it. He really, really is. So, if anybody got some last minute costumes? I don't think you've done a wardrobe change yet, Atham. I'm sure you've got something else. Someone was asking what the armor set of the RGB person is. I assume red, green, black would have been Kim, I think? Whoever was asking, were you asking about Kim? Red, green, blue, RGB. Yeah, it would be you then. So she's got... What's the armor and what's the helmet? Can you remember? Is it like scout?
Oh, is this the one with boobs?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tell you.
Someone was interested in what armor you have. Look, see, it's working already. People are asking. Live, and then the helmet is?
The helmet is...
Any other suits there, Atham? I'm looking at you.
It just changed.
Champion helm.
Champion helm and life armor, because it's the most effeminate of armors. It is one of the things that we probably should ask the dev as well.
After the Diabolist robes.
After the Diabolist robes, yeah. So K2, amongst others, has been asking for more armors that, you know, do that usual thing of Lady Powerful armor, where it's just literally breast pads and then maybe a tactical thong. If we could get more of that in this game. No, I joke, of course, but there definitely should be some armors that are more effeminate, more ladylike. There isn't enough. No, I haven't seen your Jester helmet. Looks awesome.
And the girly Diabolist robes.
They're not. It's not girly. It's a perfectly legitimate spell for casting magic. Perfectly legitimate robes. Perfectly. So yeah. And then yeah, I would challenge anybody to pick this up free of charge. Hello, Squire. I knew you were talking to yourself in my comments, Knight. You've made a boo-boo there, dude.
Which one?
It's that Knight guy. I knew it was you. You're showing your age, Knight, but it's a good job that I'm going to need you to be announcing your spells. So one of the things that I would say as far as this is all concerned is I would challenge anybody to pick this game. In fact, as these 3 decked out cats, look at that dreadnought armor. Look at it. And the hands look great as well. The hands change dynamically based on what armor you have. Like, I would... It's got skulls on the pauldrons, look. I mean, it doesn't accommodate the arm, but who fucking cares?
Oh, look, you got skulls on the... Oh, that's...
well, that way to keep up with the conversation, Kim. So,
well,
as
I've
these...
seen you out.
you do. As these 3, as my witness, and I think I could even go out on a limb, and they would put this challenge down as well. I would challenge anybody to pick this game up at its price and not find an armor, helmet, and color combination that you can't just fucking fall in love with. Or, and this is where it may cost us, guys and girls, and if you can, get this game and find an armor combination that you can't find one that you do like, we will give you your money back. Right? That's a silver-tongued devil promise, that is. A set of armor that you love. And if you can't find it, we'll give you your money back. Right. Nice one. I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you very much, Grison. Thank you very much, Atham. Thank you very much, Kim.
Thank you.
See you later. There we go. Gone. And like that, they're gone. But yeah, they're so So many good armors in this game, so many cool color combinations, and the thing is as well, even if you took that challenge on and I had to give you your money back on this free-to-play game, the game price I might add as well, not the currency. No, don't start trying to technical the technical guy. If you don't find a piece of armor, helmet, and color combination with weapon color combinations that you don't like, rest assured that this is the only way now that this dev can make money out of the game. So do you think he's going to be throwing a load of new armor and helmet and color and sets and everything that don't look banging? Of course he's not, because it's a business and everybody needs to make their crusts somehow. And on that bombshell, we shall indeed end it there. This has been the ever fantastic IronStrike, running natively on the Quest 3. This one is free to play. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.